Welcome to Boat Training Online. I'm Shawn Pollard. What does CBDR mean? CBDR. It means you're on a collision course with somebody. And it's a really simple concept. The reason I'm doing this video is, again, it's really easy, and I really feel strongly that everybody on your crew, whether it's family members or whoever, everybody should know how to do this. What does the acronym mean? Constant bearing, decreasing range. You have a vessel that is in the same spot, and it can be 360 degrees. It can come at you from anywhere, but the situation is that the bearing always stays the same. It's always coming from the same spot, and it's getting closer to you. CBDR. Let me give you the rest of the story. What you want. You want to have right and left bearing drift. And what's that mean? You probably already know this. You just didn't know that this is what they call it. But right and left bearing drift is you have a vessel that comes down your port side. That's called left bearing drift. The bearings are changing, and it has left bearing drift. Now it can come from the starboard side, come across, and still have left bearing drift. You're moving forward, and he or she is moving at the same time, but they have left bearing drift. And the same thing with right bearing drift. It can come from the port, cut across your bow, and end up having right bearing drift. I don't get wrapped around the axle about port and starboard. We're talking about port and starboard, but it's right and left bearing drift, and that's the whole deal here. So constant bearing. When you have a boat that is staying in the same spot and it's getting closer, somebody needs to do something or you're going to collide. Let me tell you a little sea story here. A while back, I'm just putzing around. I mean, the boat I was on could do 50 knots, but I'm just tooling along. And this boat, I noticed this boat is coming off of my starboard quarter. And so I don't want to turn this into a rules of the road video, but we definitely need to talk about rules of the road, because, you know, we're starting to get to the point where we need to address the elephant in the room, and it's rules of the road. Okay, so the boat is behind me, so that guy is overtaking me. My responsibility, according to the rules of the road, is to maintain course and speed. I'm what they call the stand-on vessel. So I maintain my course and speed. This guy, when he's overtaking me, is the giveaway vessel. And his job is not to interfere with me. He's supposed to give way. Now he could have altered his course to starboard and come down my starboard side, overtaken me from there, or he could have altered his course to port and come down my port side, or he didn't have to overtake me at all. But this guy's going to hit me and my starboard engine. And let me introduce you to another thing called extremis. My job is to maintain course and speed until we reach the point of extremis. And extremis means that if I don't do something, we're going to collide. I don't get left off the hook because, you know, I was supposed to maintain course and speed. You have to wait until you're in this point, and you have to articulate, if I didn't do something, we were going to collide. Well, we reached that point. So I alter my course to starboard, and in another video we'll talk about this whole starboard thing, but I alter my course to starboard, and I came around and I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? This guy had no clue. He had no idea what I was talking about, why I was upset, nothing. And I'm going to tell you, there's a bunch of those guys out there. That's kind of why I started this this YouTube channel. But I think that there are people out there who don't want to improve. So you got to keep an eye out for those guys. Now let me tell you another sea story about the same thing. I attended the Coast Guard Academy. There was a class that I took, and the Coast Guard Academy has this multi-million-dollar simulation thing where it's the bridge of a ship, and it's got all the gear, it's got the radar, and they run these simulations and so on. Well, I'm in the hot seat, and we're bringing a ship into San Francisco Bay, and I'm the stand-on vessel, just like I was with this last story. And so I'm maintaining course and speed, and this guy, again, he's not altering his course, and I do. I open him up. As soon as I turn, he turns. We're back to being CBDR again. Now I'm frustrated. I open him up again. As soon as I turn, he turns. Well, long story short, we collided. And the instructor came out and he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "What was your job?" And I said, "Well, I was a stand-on vessel. I was supposed to maintain course and speed." And he said, "Why didn't you do that?" And I said, "Because I didn't think he wasn't doing anything. I felt like I had to make space." And he said, "Okay, well, I'm going to run this scenario back, and I'm going to have you do what you were supposed to do." We wouldn't have collided. Every course change that guy did would have taken us out of a collision situation. So that was a teachable moment. Now, understand, I wasn't the first guy to do this. You know, this instructor, that he's like, "Oh, I got one," you know, and set the hook, and I did what he knew I was going to do. But this has been with me for a number of years now. If you're the stand-on vessel, maintain your course and speed until you feel like you're going to be in a collision course. And again, it all comes back to that constant bearing, decreasing range, and figuring out what you're supposed to do. Pro tip here. I want you to put yourself in the other guy's pilot house. If you're the giveaway vessel, give way. Make it so that person he knows that he or she is a stand-on vessel, and they want to see some action from you. I wouldn't have gotten sideways in that simulator if the guy had opened me up, had taken my stern or whatever he was going to do, or she. And I think that sometimes we miss that. It's not a game of chicken, and it's not, you know, have you ever walked down a hallway and you know, you do this number, and you know, finally you say stop and I'll go around you. Well, that's the same thing with this stuff. So when it's your job to give way, put yourself in the other guy's pilot house and make it obvious what you're going to do. Okay. I had an incident the other day that I wanted to share with you, and I got it on video, so you guys are going to be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm towing a boat, and a fast ferry is up off my starboard. So let's do a training timeout and pretend that I'm not towing a boat. I want you to understand that vessels on your right side, if you're in a crossing situation and you have a vessel on the right, you're looking at their port side. Port wine is red. Red is stop. You are the giveaway vessel. They are the stand-on vessel. So if this fast ferry, I should have, if I was a power-driven vessel, I would have been required to give way to this guy. Okay, done with the training timeout. I was towing. So now I'm higher on the pecking order than he is. He's required now to give way to me. I don't have the maneuverability that he does. So I'm doing 9 knots, which is really good for, that's a pretty good tow speed. But this guy's doing 45 knots. So let me introduce you to another acronym, CPA, closest point of approach. So I'm sure that he did some calculations and he said, I'm just going to go in front of this guy. I was completely fine with that. That, you know, we were a little close, but there's absolutely no way with me towing a boat that I was in any jeopardy whatsoever. So again, just an example of the stand-on vessel, the giveaway vessel, and at no time was this guy CBDR. I saw him way out. He's coming across. He crosses my bow, and then he falls off. He's got left bearing drift. So I want you to understand these concepts. If you have a story where things didn't go the right way, or you you were the stand-on vessel, whatever, do us a favor and share them in the comments section, because I think we're all learning from everybody's experience. All right. If you've made it this far, hero status again, and I'll catch you on the next video.